Hey everyone, in this tutorial, I am gonna be showing you how to make this makeup case. It is so cute, guys. Let me tell you something. This is not just a makeup case. This can be a pencil case, a utility case. It cost me probably $5 and 45 minutes of my time. I'm using a 10-inch zipper. However, what that really means is my zipper teeth from here all the way down to here, that is 10 inches, but my zipper tape is a little bit longer than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna cut my fabric to the length of my zipper tape. First step is going to be to sandwich our zipper between our outer layer of fabric and our lining. Just gonna make sure you line up your edges. When you're pinning everything together, we want the right side of our outer fabric to face the right side of our zipper tape. Then we want our lining material right side to face the underside of our zipper tape. I've got my one side pinned together. So now I'm just going to stitch all the way down the zipper tape. It's really ideal to use a zipper presser foot. This is going to help you get really nice and close to the actual zipper teeth. Before I get sewing, I'm going to unzip my zipper all the way down. This is just gonna help make it easier to stitch. And just remember to back stitch to hold everything in place and remove your pins as you go. We're coming up to the zipper pull. It's right here. It's gonna be a little difficult to stitch around it if you leave it down here. So we're actually going to move it to above. To do that, make sure your needle is all the way down. Lift your presser foot up, and then you can bring your materials back, line them back up, and continue stitching. And back stitch at the end, and then cut your excess threads off. So we're gonna switch our zipper foot back to a regular presser foot, and we're gonna stitch the lining down to the zipper tape. This is gonna prevent it from getting stuck in the zipper teeth when you're opening it. Okay, and we are going to, again, move our zipper pull back to the top, and then we're gonna keep on going right to the end. Now we're going to take our outer layer material, and everything is going to be facing each other. So right sides of our outer layers together and right sides of our zipper tape together. Now I'm gonna place the right sides of my lining together and pin the right side of the lining to the underside of my zipper tape, just like we did the first time. All right, now that I'm pinned together, I'm gonna go back to my sewing machine. I am going to switch to a zipper foot again, and I'm going to do the exact same thing I did before. All of our material is stitched on, and I'm going to do the exact same thing again where I'm going to stitch my lining down to my zipper tape. Now we are all stitched in place. This lining is not going anywhere, and we are going to pin them together. So what I like to do is start at the corners. Now moving on to the outer layer of your fabric. Before we pin those corners together, we wanna make sure that the zipper is undone. At the very end, we need to be able to stick our hand all the way through the zipper and pull everything inside out. You'll see what I mean in a minute. Now, let's move on to the centerpiece. We wanna make sure our zipper is perfectly centered. And to do that, what I'm going to do is line up my lining edge to the other lining edge. I'm all pinned up, and you'll notice that I didn't really pin this side of my lining. The way we're gonna stitch it is so that you don't see any of the raw edges. And I'm just gonna mark what looks to be about maybe an inch. I'm going to go back to the sewing machine, and I'm just gonna stitch all the way around. Now that we are all stitched, we are going to box out our corners. And to box out our corners, what we are going to do is take our edges and pull them apart. Okay, so we're already making a corner. You know, we want this particular corner right there to be as tight as possible. And I'm going to pin my seams in place. I'm gonna take my ruler, I'm gonna line it up at 1 inch, and I'm going to mark. That is gonna be our stitch line. And we are going to just simply sew all the way across. We're gonna do that on all 4 corners. Our corners are all done, kind of. And this is probably the scariest part for me, because when you start trimming fabric, gotta do it right, because otherwise all your hard work is kind of meh. Remember that hole that we left over, that edge that we didn't stitch? This is what it's for, okay? We are going to stick our hands through, and we are going to bring everything on the other side. All we have left to do is close out that bottom opening. What I'm going to do is take my edges, fold them inward, and pin them together. And we are gonna stitch this opening closed. Now we're just gonna trim the last of these threads off, and we're gonna shove our lining right back inside. And you, my friends, are done. Look at that. You can't see anything. It looks so professional. Just take a look at what we've just done. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to subscribe. See you next time.